All right, thanks for joining me. Just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I really didn't think when I first began this channel, I never really thought I'd be opening anything but Magic product, but it's always healthy to branch out, isn't it? And this new game that came out, it just looks so cool. And I don't know, I guess I just have nothing to say that anybody else has already said. It just scratches my kind of little itch for 90s, D&D style RPG art, and the gameplay looks fantastic, and just I don't know, I had to see what was going on with this game, and so I pre-ordered from the Team Covenant. If anybody works for them or likes them is watching this video, I gotta say they did a great job just shipping everything, and everything got here on time. It's just I'm going a little slower than I would have liked to have made a video back on the 10th, but life happens, and that's all good. And anyway, here we go. I'm opening a box of beta. I've already opened one box of beta, not on camera, just to like kind of get a feel for it. But anyway, it's a really great feeling product, and the packaging is smooth. It's like classy is the word that comes to mind. But anyway, we're gonna see if we can open all 36 packs in about less than a half hour here. So there we go. You get a box topper and all this, and I'm not gonna open it because I'll tell you what is in here. And I'll get some. So you get this beta stamped foil sorcerer card, and which looks fantastic, and you get 3 copies of the token. It's not really a token, but it is a card called Rubble, when one of the sites in your game maybe gets destroyed, it gets referenced on other cards, but that site will be replaced by Rubble. And then you get some of these mini tokens that they make. Foot soldiers. I wonder if I can slide some of this over. Say a frog. Different art on frogs. So anyway, real nice box topper, but I just want to leave that sealed for now. So let's just get into it. There are 4 rarities, as we are used to in Magic. There's, instead of common, uncommon, rare, mythic, we've got ordinary as common, we've got exceptional as uncommon, and we've got elite as rare, and unique as, I guess you could say, mythic. So let's just go ahead and get started here. We got Upwelling, Pilgrim, Skirmishers of Mu, and our first elite and or unique will be Crossroads. An elite site points in the right direction. These the lines of text there, I think they're just really, I don't know, I like them. They're fairly clever, or I don't know, they sort of get you into the universe of it, even though there's kind of a universe of this game, but kind of not really. It's abstract, and I kind of like that. Your imagination can take you wherever you want it to. So anyway, there we go, Crossroads, and then we've got some ordinaries. One other thing you got to look out for in the ordinary slot, it's good to flip through because you could get a foil in the ordinary slot. So this is nice Gnath, or yeah, nice Gnath gnomes with burrowing. They are earth, and as denoted by the upside down triangle with the line through it. So, and the cool thing about the foils is, so like on these ordinaries, you got, the regular card back, but foils have the art on the back of the card. So I really like that. So there we go. So there's a foil gnomes, mortality, wall of air, unravel, sleep, and you get usually well, not usually, almost always you get an ordinary site. In some cases you do get a avatar card that comes from the precons. I also ordered the 4 precons. I opened those off camera because somebody else will make a better video than I can of what is the contents of the precons there. So here's a second elite card, East-West Dragon. East-West Dragon moves freely sideways. See? It makes sense, right? Right. Love it. It's just, I don't know, they kind of do stuff. They use tropes, or they come up with ideas, and they kind of they try to keep it making sense as much as they can. Here's another foil, Deep Sea Mermaids. Ordinary merfolk of mysterious depths. Genesis, Draw your bottommost spell. That would be what? Draw the bottom card of your spell book, which is your library, and it's your deck, analogous to library and Magic. So, very nice. Oh yeah, cool. So anyway, I think this is a really clever game. It uses a instead of in Magic where your cards just are on the table. There's a 5x4 grid of sites. Um, Let me stop here for a moment. Oh, there you go. There's an avatar right there. So this one's not in the precons, and so that's why it ends up in the elite unique spot in the pack. But this one's called Battle Mage, and so your avatars are it's only and they incorporate elements of Commander for Magic in a way, because like when you're playing a game, you have an avatar, and that's your representation of you in the realm, in the contested realm. And so when your avatar is Battle Mage, that's you. So you start out with 20. If you were Battle Mage, you'd start out with 20 life, and you'd have a power of 3. So Battle Mage is really the only avatar I think that you would want to get in there and start doing some fighting for you. So most avatars have a power. I think every other avatar has a power of 1, and they're really not ideal for going into combat with. But okay, and there's Wall of Ice. Conjure atop the border of a site you control. Units can't traverse Wall of Ice on the ground. So you stick this between a couple of sites and it becomes a barrier, just like you would imagine a Wall of Ice to be. So love it. That's great. Very, very cool. All right, I am trying to kind of keep some piles, even though I don't like how piles slow me down in a box opening video. Hopefully I can cap this off in 30 minutes. Recall Quagmire. Black Obelisk is my elite spell there, or elite card. I've had a foil every pack here. It's crazy. There are some names you might recognize too. Incinerate, Disenchant. So you can absolutely tell where they get their inspirations from, but they don't. They obviously, makers of this game, Eric's Curioso, they do not entirely draw their inspiration for this game from Magic. But there are some similarities. Mordic Druids, Elite Mortals, Spellcaster. That's the other thing. There are spells in this game, but you have to have a spellcaster minion on the table, like a spellcaster creature or person on the table to actually cast spells. And some spells have a range, so you have to have your spellcaster sitting at the correct site. So, Dwarven Digging Team. Here's Far East Assassin, an elite mortal with exacting aim. Very cool. Just flipping through, seeing. I like also how all the cards are borderless. I think it's really cool that they could engineer this product to be that way. Here's our first unique mythic, the Star Seeds of Ur. Fill up to 13 voids with rubble. So the way the site system works is once per turn. If it's kind of optional, but you'll want to is always play a site every turn, and the spots on the grid that are not occupied by sites yet are considered to be in the void. So that's what a void is. Rustic Village, an ordinary site of fertility. Nice. Getting a fair number of foils here so far. I'm not sure why you would fill 13 voids with rubble. I don't know what that would help you with. Maybe if you were playing against somebody who had an air deck and they were using a lot of void walk people. Ruler of Thul, a unique mortal of hibernal majesty. He's got charge, which is kind of like haste. He can tap the turn he comes into play. There's tapping is in this game, by the way. Allies can move as if the top and bottom edges of the realm were connected. So the poles are connected, right? Other allies occupying sites there have +1 power. Very good. Very good. Ruler of Thule. Renovaros, Apprentice Wizard. Looks like I got another foil. Yeah, Vanguard Knights. Exceptional mortals ride onward to glory. Very cool. Okay. Almost done with the first row. So there's supposed to be about, in every box, I guess an average, you could say, would be 7 uniques. And that would make it, what, 29 elites. Here's another unique. Lord of Unland. A unique merfolk of aquatic might. Submerge. Also, the grid I'm talking about with all the sites, so that it actually has 2 levels also. And depending on whether it's a water site or any other site, which any other site would be a land site, some minions have burrowing or submerge. So, yeah, other allies occupying his body of water have +1 power. That's really good. And here's the ordinaries. And there we go. I keep coming across an ordinary called Common Sense, and it's considered to be one of the better ordinary cards in the game. And it's a tutor. Tutor effect lets you search your spell book up for a certain card that you're choosing, but it says on the line of text, it says, the ordinary appears as magic to some. And every time I read that, I think, man, ain't that the truth? I'm going to destroy the chat. Jeez. They sure keep them secure, don't they? Buried Treasure and the Wicked Witch Spellcaster. Awesome. All right. There are also little Easter egg cards that are extremely rare. They're called curios. And if we come across one, if I notice it, I'll definitely stop and point it out. But, oh, Frogmen. Giantess. Oh, nice. That's a really good one. Mix Air. It's kind of like a mana accelerant, but you have to sacrifice it. So it's sort of like a dark ritual, for lack of a better term. But yeah, also with deck building requirements. So in each deck, you are only allowed 1 copy of any unique card, 2 copies of any elite card, 3 copies of any exceptional card, and 4 of any ordinary card. Crater Eyes. This card go boom. Makes the battlefield just go boom. Boom. And so that's kind of a nice thing where you can't, it's against the rules to show up with a deck just loaded with rare cards and just blow away somebody who hasn't spent nearly as much money on the game. And I think that's a fantastic balancer. So, all right, we're on row number 2 now. Mirage, an elite site of uncertain apprehension. Ooh, I had to throw it away by accident. There we go. Okay. Oh my. The foil Enchantress avatar. Wow. That looks so cool. Your avatar of transcendent triumph. I should put this in a sleeve like right now, but I gotta move on to opening the rest of the box. I want this video wrapped up in 30 minutes. Let's see if I can make it, but that is quite a pull. Jeez. Very lucky to get that. Very happy to get that. Wow. I was also kind of hoping to just get 1 copy of all the avatars because I'd like to just have a deck for each avatar. I think that would be fun to just have them on the shelf. Silver Valkyries, Elite Angels. Awesome. Lightning Bolt, Firebolt. few familiar terms there. Scourge Zombies. And I'm getting a bunch of foils here. We got 6 plus the Enchantress so far. Jeez. And there's a Flame Caller. So this is one of the avatars from the beta set of pre-constructed decks. It seems like Seems like there's about one each of those in every booster box. I got 3 of them in my first box. I got the Flame Caller and the, here real quick, Gorgons, elite monsters. Other minions at rest at adjacent locations are disabled. They just lock them down. That's crazy art too. Alright, Anchorman, Dispel, Pit Vipers. Wow. Foil Hydra. Look at that. An elite monster of multifarious might. Immune to non-lethal damage. That's a Hydra. You gotta kill it or it comes back. Alright. Wow. What a trip, man. This box is nuts. That Enchantress is just like crazy. Those the foil avatars are, you know, rightfully so, they're in high demand. Ooh, here's a regular Enchantress. So my TCG player store, I might put that foil one up. But yeah, Enchantress. All right, I'll put that with the other. I'm getting so many foils. This is crazy. Sleep. Ordinary magic of soporific slumber or skimber. Almost looks like that says skimber. All right, whatever. It should say slumber here. All right, let's move on. A little bit past the halfway mark here. I think we're gonna make it. Apparition, Fawn of Life, Summoning Sphere, Angel's Egg. If you ever wanted to see what an Angel's Egg looks like, there you go. Ogre Goons. Looks like no foil this time. We are normal people getting normal packs. Wow. All right, Phantom Steed, Fey, Changeling, Creepy, Cone of Flame, and Imperial Road. An elite site once spanned an empire. Love it. Very good. Cool. Fade. Lightning Bolt, Fernals. Okay. So anyways, if you care to comment, please let me know what you think of the game. If you've ever played, what was your experience like? I'd love to know what you think. Here's another Crossroads. That was our first elite. We got 2 of them here. But man, I love sites. Every deck's got to play them. It's one of the better changes or, you know, rules things of this game is that you start the game with 2 decks. You have a spellbook deck and an atlas deck. So it's not like in Magic where your lands are shuffled into your deck or they're part of your deck. They're in Sorcery, they're separate. So you're not just going to have like a draws where you get too many of them or not enough. Tadpole Pool, a unique site and nursery for nuisance. Genesis, that's like when it enters the realm. If you have 3 water threshold or water symbols on other sites elsewhere, summon 3 submerged frog tokens here. That's cool. I love it. They've really come up with some clever ideas in this game. I dig it. I dig it. It's almost like each game tells a story. And I read something that I really liked is because I used to be a competitive kind of Magic player and I'm sort of over it. I mean, I'm definitely over it now. But real quick aside, awesome card. 7 League Boots. Unique armor for traipsing and japesing. Bear has movement +7. +7. So, you know, typical units have movement of 1. So this, you can just fly across the board with this. So I was kind of hoping to open one of those eventually. But anyway, I read where they were coming off of playing Sorcery at a release event for a while, and people weren't really talking about like, you know, oh, what I did wrong in my game, what I should have done right to win or anything. They were talking about the things that happened in the game as if it was like a story that they wrote as they were experiencing it. And I think that that's really awesome. I think games should be fun. Duh. I know that's a big duh, but you shouldn't games are games, and they're supposed to be an experience, you know. So anyway, Mix Ignis. This is one of those really good mix cards that speeds you up. Gives you a lot of mana for just a little bit of mana. So I'd like to get a set of 2 each of those. That would be very cool. And last I saw on TCG Player, I mean, I looked up Nyx Terra on TCG Player, and it's only like $10. And I don't know where the prices for this game are even going to end up. I don't know what kind of demand this game is actually going to have. I have no idea, but $10 seems a little cheap. I might just, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see how low they get. Riddle Sphinx. I don't even know if I can show you this on camera. Let's move on. Took some liberties with the art there. All right, so far we've got 5 uniques. We're on pace here with that goal of 7 uniques to make it, you know, a box full of good uniques. But there's the Flame Wave. See that? It flows horizontally from one edge of the realm to the other. Deal damage to each unit atop sites in the area of effect. So you deal 7 damage, then 5, 3, then 1. And yeah, and I don't think you have to go right to left. You can, they'll probably allow you to go left to right or whatever you want with it. But it's just, I think that's just an example. But that's a cool concept for a card. Looks like our foils have dried up for a few packs here. That's the first 2 rows. That's the left and center rows, and now we're doing the right row on the right. So here we go, 12 more packs. We can do this. Oh yeah, the Ancient Dragon, an elite dragon of breathtaking majesty. Very cool. You gotta have a dragon. You can't design a game like this without 1 dragon in it at least. And I got 2, East, West, and Ancient. I think those are the only dragons. Can't remember. Hey, if we come across it, we come across it. Sisters of Silence. Elite mortals, not to be disturbed. Shh. Silence. Polar bears. Yeah. It's crazy. I think this game just looks awesome. Very cool. Backstab, Finding Sword. Polar Explorers. Elite mortals on an icy expedition. Allied units here can move as if the top and bottom edges of the realm were connected. That's a big recurring theme in Water. That's the 3rd card in the game I know of that allows that ability. Hey, there you go. Instead of an ordinary site, we get the basic Sorcerer. So that's the 5th avatar you got in this box so far. Alright, Harpooneers, Phase Assassin, wow, Void Walk, yeah, it means you can walk through the void, obviously. And a Master Tracker, an elite mortal follows all trails. I'll be Bone Rabble, Boil, okay. Down to just 2 packs left here. So anyway, like I say, if you've played this or you got any thoughts, let me know in the comments. Candlemass Monks, elite mortals at last night's service. Death right, that means when they die, of course. Proceed to the end phase. So when they die, turn's over. See ya. Candlemass. All right, no curios I'm noticing yet. And I heard that the curios, they seem to be appearing only about 1 in every 50 to 100 boxes is the best guess the community's come up with so far, I believe. If you know a better number and you happen to be watching, please let me know. This is the Battlefield, an elite site on the wages of war. So when this enters the realm, you can conjure a broken weapon or armor here. Wow, that's awesome. Look at that art too, man. Jeez. They really outdid themselves with the art in this game. A lot of times I don't really stop and look at the art. It's in you know, Magic or other games, even though it's great art, of course. I mean, it always is, but it's all, you know, a lot of it's very CGI and stuff. And Ooh, the ultimate horror. That's a bird demon guy, unique spirit of Unhallowed Eve. He's big too, 6 power. Genesis, summon each other dead Voidwalk minion to a nearby site or void. Wow. Airborne and Voidwalk. Well, there's unique number 6 of the box. But who's counting? Also, I gotta say, it's nice to just open a box of 36 booster packs. I'd been opening all collector boosters for Magic, and oh my goodness, this is the frog box here. Plague of Frogs only costs 1 mana, but you gotta have 3 water threshold, and it's unique magic in its most annoying form. Summon 7 frog tokens. I guess you can just put them wherever you want to on the board, as long as you can put anything there anyway. But, wow. So there's unique card number 7, the frogs. I like this though, because I have not got any repeat uniques. My previous box had 2 of the cores, so each element, each of the 4 elements has its own core, and that thing kind of functions like we know a Mox is in Magic. It's a mana accelerant, and it stays on the field. But Edge of the World, an elite site on the border of unreality, must always be adjacent to the void. That makes sense. That art is crazy too. Jeez, so cool. And yep. All right, third to last pack. Here we go, y'all. Cave-in, telekinesis, flanking maneuver, and wow, a 3rd Crossroads in the box. That's crazy. Okay. It's a good card. It goes in lots of decks. Genesis, look at your next 4 sites, put 3 on the bottom of your Atlas. So that helps you find what you're looking for if you're searching for something. Pretty good. All right, come on. Give me another mix. Would love another mix. Aqueduct and Imperial Road yet again. Target opponent, and I think actually, let's back up a little bit. Is this a dual land? Yeah. So in the uncommon slot, they also have their version of dual lands. This gives you 1 earth and 1 water threshold. But so there's a uncommon cycle or exceptional cycle of, and actually, yeah, this is the air and fire one. So the ruins. So, all right, Imperial Road, elite site. That's the second one in that box. That's a very playable card though. If I want to have a whole stack of sorcery decks, I'd find a home for that too. All right, last pack. Thanks for staying with me on all this. MoonClan Werewolf, Whirling Blades, Bedrock, and wow, the Hounds of Ondaros. Nowhere is safe from these elite beasts. Airborne, burrowing, submerge, voidwalk. Nearby enemies permanently lose stealth. Stealth is an ability where as long as the minion does not attack, it can move freely without being interacted with. So, but once it attacks, it loses stealth. But unless it comes close to the Hounds of Ondaros. So, all right, any foils, any curios? They would be back here with all the ordinaries, which I like that too. They make you search through the whole pack. You don't just discard all the commons. So anyway, all right. So I was looking back. Yeah, just flipping through. Let me see these Crossroads and Imperial Road. I'm pretty sure I got, yeah, there's a Crossroads. There's an Imperial Road. I got 1 mix air. Yep. So if you open a box of beta on your own, so expect some duplication. It will happen. But and then we got a mix Ignis and a mix air. So 2 mixes is awesome. Always will take all the mixes I can get. And then just to recap here, Plague of Frogs, Ultimate Horror, Tadpole Pool, Lord of Unland, Star Seeds, Ruler of Thule. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and enjoy playing Sorcery.